Welcome to the big show, Dudes Night on First and 10. Joe Emer with Russell Colburn. Russell, your first time hosting. How you feeling?
I'm excited. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Well, that's interesting because you wrote something on Facebook earlier today. Let's take a look. This is Russell Colburn's Facebook page, anchoring First and 10 tonight with Joe for the first time. Friday the 13th. This couldn't go badly at all. What's with the sarcasm?
That's just me keeping it real, never knowing how things are going to turn out here.
You do never know how things are going to go. So, all right, we're going to go to the game of the week first, and we're going to plan on having a good show despite it being Friday the 13th. Take a look, game of the week. All right, here we go. In Class 4A, matchups don't get much bigger than Thomasville UMS Wright. The schools are not that close in distance, but they've always been close in performance, Russell.
Yeah, Hustle and Hal Sherrick is at this game, and we're going to break in for a Game of the Week update. Hal, how are things looking there?
It's getting crazy. When I say crazy, I mean there's a 1-point difference. There's 16 seconds left in the game. Thomasville is down by a point, driving. This thing is about to end while we're on the air. This has been great. I'll tell you, though, this is a huge rivalry. Both coaches said this was going to be just a slug match, down in the trenches, and it has been. Now, Thomasville was on top early in this game, and UMS Wright has done everything they could to come back and put themselves in the lead by 1. Now, I want to kind of stay with us here. This could be it, guys, if they don't get a first down. Anyway, we've got some excitement going on. The clock is running down. 4 seconds left. It couldn't get any closer. But let me go ahead and tell you how we got to this point. Nope, that's the game. That's the game. UMS Wright 28, Thomasville 27. That's a final. But let's take a look at how we got to this game. The Tigers came in here on the Bulldogs, hoping to pull out a victory after losing at home last year. 49-42. This year they came in to do it again, but without the standout running back, Troy Dixon for UMS. He sat out the game. He watched from the sidelines tonight with an ankle injury. The Tigers did jump out to an early lead as Xavier Mapp takes the handoff and runs it in from 8 yards out to midway through the first. The Bulldogs bounce back late in the first as Gunnar Roach finds wide receiver Douglas Barber. He'll take it down the sideline and dive into the end zone for a 25-yard touchdown. Thomasville responds early in the second. Alexander White takes the handoff. It looks like he's in trouble, but finds an out. He'll break 3 tackles and take it all the way down to the 8-yard line. An unsportsmanlike penalty is tacked on to that run, and the Tigers would score 2 plays later. It's back and forth through the second quarter. This time Bulldogs, Gunnar Roach will show off his wheels. He looks to be caught in the backfield, but he'll slip away, break some tackles of his own, and hop into the end zone with just over 9 minutes left in the half. An extra point ties the game at 14. Thomasville quarterback Will Brazel will have the last score of the first half. He keeps the ball and takes it himself from the 5-yard line to take the lead at the half. Thomasville would lead UMS at the half 21-14. Now, come back to live action here. It was Thomasville scoring in the second half 2 field goals. That was all that was scored in the third quarter. And then UMS got hot. UMS number 21, Michael Jones, would catch a 23-yard pass to put them on the 1-yard line. Gunnar Roach would then push it in from there, the quarterback keeper. That would bring it with a 2-point conversion within 5 points. That got us to where we were just a few minutes ago when UMS Wright would hold the Tigers, come back with the ball, and it would be a 1-yard sneak touchdown by Gunnar Roach again with about 8 minutes left. They went for 2 and got it. That would put Thomasville up 27, UMS Michael Matthews would then take it in from the goal line, not Gunnar Roach, and that would put them up to the score we are right now, 28-27. That's a final, and what a barn burner here. I'm going to try to talk to Coach Terry Curtis here in just a little bit when we come back. If I can catch up with them, I know they're going to be celebrating. But this game was everything it was billed to be. Just a super game for everybody. I know hearts are breaking again on the Thomasville side, jubilation on the UMS side. This game is one to see every year, and this year did not disappoint yet again. For now, I'm Hal Sherrick reporting live from UMS Wright. We'll check in with you a little bit later in the show, guys.
Man, Hal had a lot of updates for us there. Tons of things to talk about. Just a little background on that one. Thomasville has 2 state titles, including one in 2010. UMS Wright, 6 state titles, including last year. So both teams just traditional powerhouses. A great match for our game of the week. All right, moving on. Murphy-Davidson, another region rivalry steeped in a tradition of success. This season, the 2-0 Panthers are on the prowl, seemingly scoring at will so far, whereas Davidson off to somewhat of a shaky 1-1 start. But on an unrelated note, earlier today Russell was telling me a story, and I thought to myself, cool story, bro.
That happened. That happened.
Cool story. I don't have the t-shirt yet, though. All right, to the highlights. DePriest Turner going deep. What a pick. Diving out of bounds, keeps his feet in. Warriors could not capitalize, though. So later, Turner with redemption. 16-yard touchdown to Cameron May. And you know who likes that? Check him out. Scottie Pippen. Loves it. He likes nacho cheese as well. Warriors trying to tie it up. Here they go. Throwing to the end zone. And it is picked off by Wendell Johnson. He takes it back, but he is knocked out of bounds. Davidson would get one more shot, though, before the half, and Mike Rowley to Rodney English. Sipping some tea. English, sipping some tea.
I like it.
No, it's the worst.
I heard crickets, but I like it.
It's the worst joke of the night. Let's go to the scoreboard.
There
Murphy
were crickets
13,
in my IFB.
Davidson 8. All right, moving on. McGill-Tulin at Theodore. And what do we got? Fandemonium.
Got a little
Camera-demonium.
camera, yeah.
All right. That is Ramarius Smith for the touchdown. 6-0 at that point. Still first. Harry Sauter-White to Wilbert Young for the touchdown. McGill made the 2-point conversion, so they're now up 14-0. Late first. Theodore's Jamie Mosley hands it off to LaMichael Perrin for the tough 7-yard gain, and that leads to a Theodore field goal, 14-3 at that point, and no problem from that point forward. Putting a hurt on the Bobcats, 57-3 is the final. Yellow Jackets rolling. Woo.
If you've been to a game at Blunt, you know what I'm talking about when I say, here come the Leopards. And the PA guy is right. The Leopards are off to a strong 2-0 start, looking for number 3 against Alma Bryant tonight. And
Speaking of that guy.
I think.
Here come the Leopards.
All right.
Here come the Leopards.
Joe is in stitches next to me.
Love that
All right,
guy.
Blunt quarterback Malik Campbell's. He hands off the ball to DeLorean Bethe, 7-0 Blunt to that point. Bryant quarterback Tyler Neely. He throws to his wide receiver because that's typically where you throw the ball unless it's to a tight end. That's Josh Bank. The ball comes loose and it's recovered. Still 7-0 Blunt. And the Blunt cheerleaders, well, they're having a good time, even though there's really no one sitting in the stands behind them. Blunt quarterback Tyler Neely, he spikes the ball to Justin Bowe for a TD, 7-6 Blunt. And let's see if we can get the scoreboard on that. 14-7 in the third. So close one there, and it's coming down to the wire. MGM and Baker. Let's take a look at MGM quarterback Joshua Daniel. He's going to escape from the pocket and scramble for the first down. Nice piece of running there. That was Joe Emer-esque athleticism.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm very athletic. It is true.
Then Daniel takes it in on a 4th down for the touchdown. David Miller. He's got it down in there, and then Daniel takes it in himself. When you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. 4th down, touchdown. Nothing like scoring a touchdown on 4th down. 14-7 at that point. It's 21-14 now in the third. A lot of good games here.
I'm decently athletic. Didn't mean to brag. I'm okay. All right, something's got to give in Spanish Fort. The Toros and their opponent, Gulf Shores, are both 2-0, and both at one time were coached by the same man. Here he comes. There he is, Mark Freeman. Now coach of the Toros, used to coach the Dolphins, so squaring off against his old team. Halfway through the first, Spanish Fort with the ball. Braxton Shabel breaks through real close, and on the next play, Tyler Johnson would run it in for the touchdown. Let's go on to the next highlight. Well, first, let's take a look at the fans in the stands, loving it, getting excited. Gulf Shores trying to make something happen, but the Spanish Fort defense all over them, putting the hurt on. Now, just a minute to go in the first quarter, Michael Howard with the 10-yard touchdown run, 14-0 Spanish Fort. At that point, let's take a look at the scoreboard, see where we're at right now. It is final. Spanish Fort, no problem, 49-7. A couple of great games, Russell, a couple of blowouts. Kind of one or the other.
In between here. All right, BC Rain and St. Paul's. Let's take a look at St. Paul's coming out on the field because you have to come out on the field before you can play the game.
Good point.
First quarter, BC Rain punts to Jalen Thompson, and he's going to take it back. Check this out. Making some move. Whoop, whoop. He's going to go all the way back, but you know what? You've got to not commit penalties, and he's going to go into hyperdrive. You can't commit penalties, though. Helmet-to-helmet hit, and that is called all the way back. And we have fancy technologies that allows us to slow that down. All right, quarterback Christian Mosley hands off to Austin McPherson. He's around the corner. That's true. I think Joe invented that. No?
Cutting edge.
All right, Hayden Farr intended for Tryon Tate, intercepted in the end zone. That keeps the game at 7-0 going into the half. Let's take another 7-0 game. A lot of close games. I don't know if a lot of people thought St. Paul's would be playing such a close one with BC Rain. Nice to see them hanging in there.
One thing to point out, though, that's only a second quarter score. So if you're watching and you have an update, give us a call, 434-1084, and give us an update. We'll put it on the air.